extending the session. Sanay kami sa Kongreso.
Congressman Miro Kimbo, Congressman Erin Tanyada, pinapaliwanag, Cathy, yung naganap. But let's go back to the floor.
Okay, inaasahan po natin na isa na naman bagong witness ang ipipresenta ngayon ng depensa. Natapos na po ang testimonya ni dating Manila Mayor Lito Atienza. Panoorin po natin.
Please call your witness.
Your Honor, the defense will, calls to the witness stand Attorney V.C. Kadangin, the officer in charge of the Chief Law Division, Bureau of Internal Revenue.
Call him to the plenary session and place him on the witness stand. Then the oath will be administered to him. First, the secretary.
He is here, Your Honor. May we request, Your Honor, the secretary to
Session suspended for 1 minute.
Pansamantala pong sinuspinde ang impeachment trial habang inaantay itong pagdating ng pangalawang witness para sa araw na ito. Ito ay mula sa Law Division ng Bureau of Internal Revenue. Inaasahan pa rin natin, Mark, mga kababayan, ang pagpapatotoo pa rin tungkol dito sa mga nilalaman ng SAL-N ng punong mahistrado. Paloob pa rin dito sa Article 2 ng impeachment complaint laban sa kanya.
This is very interesting, Cathy, dahil maalala po natin, tumistigo po si mismong BIR Commissioner Kim Enares. So titingnan po natin kung ano po ang pagkakaiba or similarity nung kanyang nabanggit ni Commissioner Kim dito sa sasabihin naman nitong attorney or OIC chief po ng Law Division ng BIR. Titingnan po natin kung ano po ang mga areas na kanyang that he will testify on.
At dumating na po ang ikalawang witness para ngayong araw na ito mula sa BIR.
So help you God.
Proceed. What's the purpose of this witness?
Your Honor, please, may we ask permission that Attorney Dennis Manalo of the defense panel be allowed or permitted to conduct the direct examination.
Granted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
On the part of the prosecution, may we request that Attorney Winston Hines be recognized also. Your Honor, Attorney Hines.
Granted. Granted.
Your Honor, this witness is offered to prove that the Bureau of Internal Revenue issued a ruling dated May 22, 2001, stating that no capital gains tax may be levied on the excess of the just compensation paid by the City of Manila to the Basa Guidotti Enterprise Incorporated for the expropriation of its Sampaloc property, which is now being utilized as the Sampaloc public market.
And the purpose of your presentation of this witness is to establish that the 34,700,000 consideration was totally was intact and placed under the custody of Mrs. Cristina Corona in trust for Basa Guidotti.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Can you not stipulate this? This does not have to be proven.
In fact, Your Honor, we would like, if I may be allowed.
Yes, please.
In fact, we would like to object, Your Honor, to the offer of the testimony because the ruling, Your Honor, is inapplicable to the facts of the case as already testified by the good mayor of Manila. Because the premise, Your Honor, of the ruling is that it will be an involuntary sale of the property or as a result of an expropriation. As the good counsel of the defense, the just compensation would not be deducted of any real or of any capital gains taxes.
So, but anyway, whether a capital gains was due or not due, the fact is, and this is so far the fact that is understood by this court to be established, that the property was sold for 34,700,000, and that amount was paid for by check and received by Mrs. Cristina Corona in trust for Basa Guidotti and placed under her control. So, whether there is a tax component of that amount, it doesn't matter because we're talking here of the quantum of assets and liabilities and net worth of a particular respondent.
Yes, Your Honor, and
So what's the materiality of all of this?
We agree, Your Honor. That's why we are objecting. It's not, it's immaterial, Your Honor, to the
Precise.
fact in issue in this case, as well as it is not applicable at all, Your Honor.
We are wasting our time in,
We agree, Your
in
Honor.
all of these things.
well, if the objection, Your Honor, is just as to the
Anyway,
effect of the document, we offer for admission, Your Honor, by the prosecution, the authenticity and due execution of the Bureau of Internal Revenue ruling number DA-095-2001 dated 22 May 2001 regarding the capital gains tax in relation to the property of the Basa Guidotti Enterprises Incorporated.
All right,
Inc.
let us.
I have here, Your Honor, it has been pre-marked as our Exhibit 242 for the defense, and a copy of which is in the possession of the prosecution.
All right. There's Senator from Iloilo. Senator Iloilo.
Mr. President, may I support the Senate's President's suggestion that this document be admitted in evidence. Whether or not it is applicable to the case is a matter that will be argued in the memorandum or in the oral arguments. But the fact is that this document exists so that we can dispense with this witness, Your Honor. We just admit it and let the conclusions be drawn by both parties or by each party when the memorandum comes.
Okay, we submit, Your Honor.
Well, what about the defense?
Yes, Your Honor. We are willing, Your Honor, to agree if the prosecution will admit the authenticity.
What about the prosecution?
We admit, Your Honor.
All right.
Does the prosecution likewise admit that this BIR ruling has not been superseded, amended, modified, or otherwise revoked by the Bureau of Internal Revenue?
We don't know. We don't know, Your Honor.
Or
We
if you
cannot
do not know, then the witness is here to testify. If you are going to admit, then we can dispense with the witness.
All right. This chair will ask the question. You are sworn. Do you know now about this ruling of the Bureau of Internal Revenue, which is being the subject of discussion in this proceeding?
Your Honor, based on the record...
Do you know?
Louder. Yeah.
Your Honor, this ruling was...
Do you know of this ruling?
Based
Yes.
on the records, Your Honor, yes.
All right. Then what is this ruling about?
This ruling exempts from capital gains tax the transfer of a real property which was acquired by the City of Manila through expropriation.
Why
from the
was it?
Basa-
Why was it exempted?
The reason, Your Honor, is discussed in the ruling. It invoked the principle of involuntary conversion.
Why was it involuntarily disposed?
Because it was acquired through expropriation, Your Honor.
So that is the position of the Bureau of Internal Revenue, and as a consequence, you issued the ruling.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So what's the pleasure of the parties?
Your Honor, may we also ask the witness if this ruling has been superseded, modified, or revoked in any manner by the BIR?
Based on the records of our office, this ruling has not been revoked.
So what's the pleasure now of both parties?
Your Honor, we are willing to stipulate that the ruling was issued by the BIR and that its applicability only, as stated in the ruling itself, is in case of expropriation of the subject.
In other words, we all admit here that Basa Guidotti did not pay any capital gains tax on the sale of the property. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
How about the prosecution?
Yes, Your Honor.
How about the defense?
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right. So ordered.
With the admissions entered into by the parties and the clarifications made by the witness, Your Honor, may we move that the witness be discharged?
The witness is discharged.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. Sibitan lang muna kasi Basa Guidotti rin yun. Yung akin na lang. Your Honor,
Yes,
at
please.
this juncture, we will call to the witness stand Mr. Noel Quintanar, a representative of the Fort Bonifacio Development Corporation.
Fort
The-
Bonifacio.
Yes, Your Honor, the seller of the property purchased by one Cristina R. Corona, which is Unit 1902 of the Bonifacio Ridge Condominium in Taguig.
Is this the Bellagio property?
No, this is the Bonifacio Ridge
All right.
property, Your Honor.
What is the purpose of the witness?
The purpose, Your Honor, is to prove that there was a delay in the delivery of the Bonifacio Ridge property, which is the real property number 4, reported in the Statement Assets, Liabilities, and Net Worth of Chief Justice Corona as of December 31, 2010.
All right. What is the pleasure of the prosecution?
Your Honor, may we request that Attorney Hernandez be recognized for the prosecution.
Yes, granted.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Your Honor, similar to the evidence regarding the alleged delay of the acceptance of the columns unit, we feel our position is that the evidence on any delay in the delivery of the condo units is irrelevant. And I think the presiding officer already took this position. Whether or not there was any delay, as long as payments were already made, this already constitutes
So,
an asset.
in other words, what you're saying, the court, is even if this witness will testify that there was a delay, it will not hurt your case.
Yes, Your Honor, it would
All
be
right.
relevant.
Then let the witness testify so that we can finish the case.
Please rise. Mr. Witness, please rise. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this impeachment proceeding?
I do.
So help you God.
Mr. Witness, for the record, please state your name and other personal circumstances.
I am Noel Eli B. Quintanar, married, and I reside in Taytay, Rizal.
Your Honor, the witness is offered for the same purpose that we have already manifested before the Honorable Court earlier.
The same comments on the part of the prosecution, Your Honor.
Proceed.
Mr. Witness, do you know the Fort Bonifacio Development Corporation?
Yes, from July 2008 to December 2010, I was the head of commercial operations of FBDC.
And as head of commercial operations, what are your functions? Briefly, Mr. Witness.
As head of commercial operations, I oversee the sale of real estate assets in Fort Bonifacio Development Corporation, one of which was the Bonnie Ridge condominium.
Okay, you mentioned the Bonnie Ridge. Is this the Bonifacio Ridge condominium of the Fort Bonifacio Development Corporation in Taguig?
Yes, that is.
What is the status of this commercial project of the corporation as of this date?
When I left Fort Bonifacio in 2010, the development had been fully sold, to my knowledge.
Okay. Now, based on your functions as the head of the commercial operations of this company, would you know who the purchaser of Unit 1902 of Bonifacio Ridge is? Who is the registered owner?
Based on the records of Fort Bonifacio, the owner of that unit is Mrs. Cristina Corona.